So if you've been seeing these websites and adverts pop up for pre-launch for GTA 6, please watch this video. I want to make it very clear before I get into this video that all of these pre-launch adverts are completely false. So this isn't a video that I necessarily wanted to make, but it's a video that I feel like I kind of have to make. I'm seeing a lot of these websites such as G2A and other sites alike promoting pre-orders for GTA 6. Now, it should go without saying that GTA 6 pre-orders are not open, you can't buy it, it's not available anywhere. But obviously some people get very excited in the moment when they see these listings and people are paying for it. People are buying these pre-orders from these people because of the misleading way that they're sold. And the problem is companies like G2A are enabling this. Now, so let's backtrack a little bit. G2A is a website where you can buy codes for DLC in games, you can buy shark cards, you can buy actual games themselves. And G2A, think of it like eBay, think of it like Amazon, think of it like Facebook Marketplace. It's an online selling platform, so G2A aren't selling the products themselves. But in my opinion, the problem is that G2A abuses this ability that they aren't the actual seller, that they're just the middleman. And this loophole allows them to facilitate these sorts of scams happening. And obviously, I've done full videos before. My part 2 of the Mr. Boss series explained this in a bit more detail. And I've seen a lot of people defend G2A by saying that G2A is just the middleman and they can't stop it. But it's very easy for G2A just to set up some back-end rules that stop the listing of anything to do with GTA 6, but they haven't done that. Now, I don't have a problem with people reselling GTA 6 when we have a price and when we have a release date. If people want to list it at $20 higher and then people can pre-order it through there, and the person selling these pre-releases bulk orders a load of game codes to then give to the people that have bought from them, I don't really have a massive issue with that. The problem is these people are pulling prices out of their ass. I've seen prices from $80 to $400 on these websites. People massively overinflating these prices to try and rip off people. And the problem is a lot of these accounts have really high reviews on the platform, and that obviously helps them rank higher on the platform and they can get away with a lot more. And the problem is these people that have bought these pre-orders probably can't get a refund. Now, I'll explain why in very simple terms. Because the game isn't due to be released for over a year away, or about a year away, or maybe a year and a half away, we're not sure exactly yet. And I'm guessing in the next couple of days when Take-Two Interactive have their earnings call, we can maybe narrow down the window a little bit more. But because these people are placing their orders now, by the time it actually comes to the game coming out and these people don't get their pre-orders, it's way past the legal period for these sellers to have to refund people. They can pretty much bank all the money now and do a runner. It's really difficult to manage this. It's not like the money gets put in escrow until that product's delivered or until that pre-release is delivered. That's not the way it works. Because it's a pre-launch and a pre-release, it's not like the person's physically exchanging a game code they have now, because obviously no one has any game codes now because the game is miles away from release. There's some really important things that we need to remember here. Firstly, the pre-order, the cheapest place that you'll ever be able to get a pre-order for GTA 6 is directly from Rockstar themselves. No other online seller or retailer is going to have a specialist deal in place with Rockstar unless Rockstar physically announce it themselves. If Rockstar come out there and say, hey, we're doing a deal with this particular company where you can pre-order GTA 6, then you should believe it. All of this stuff that we're seeing online from all of these resellers at the moment is seriously dangerous to the industry as a whole, and I feel really sorry for the people that are falling for it. Now, a lot of people will probably say that if you fall for it, it's your own fault, but I don't believe that. Like, some of these listings and some of the ads I've seen directed at these listings, if you're not as informed as most people, you could probably fall for it. And the problem is as well is when you scroll through GTA's websites and you read their terms of service, you read their reviews that they list, not the reviews on Trustpilot because those are awful, but the reviews on G2A's website, it all seems really good and really positive. But also there are some good reviews of G2A. Some people have had good experiences, but people aren't realizing they're not buying from G2A. They're buying from sellers on G2A, and G2A don't make this massively clear to the end users all of the time. So a lot of people are going to G2A's website and buying these pre-launches for GTA 6 thinking they're buying from a reputable source, i.e. G2A, but in reality they're buying from a dodgy seller on G2A. Now, this brings me on to the next part of the video where I want to talk about, I know I always talk about this, but it's something I'm very passionate about, Mr. Boss for the win. So people like Chaos and Mr. Boss for the win promote companies like G2A, and I've never understood this. As someone that's, obviously I'm quite a new creator, only been at this for a few months, but I have an immediate like weight on my shoulders of responsibility when I promote something to an audience. So for example, with my merch, there's been so much back and forwards over and over and over again, making sure I'm happy with the quality, making sure everything's perfect, making sure that the site works well, because I don't want to push anything to an audience that can make them feel like they've been done over, or I do anything that negatively impacts my audience. And this is where I get angry with people like Mr. Boss, who clearly do not care at all about their fans or what they push to their audience, because there's been so many instances where people have bought stuff from G2A and had really bad experiences, and I've seen it in the comment sections on Mr. Boss's videos, and it's got to the point where certain words are being filtered out of his comment sections so they don't show publicly, because he doesn't want people talking about the experiences they've had with G2A. This is becoming a serious problem where a lot of creators out there in the GTA space are promoting products and services and third-party resellers and third-party distribution companies for game codes and stuff, and because these people have millions of followers, their audience will fall for it, and their audience will believe it, and their audience will go to websites like G2A and they will buy other products from there, from other sellers that aren't reputable. And this is what I hate about grey areas. Like, Mr. Boss will never respond to this, he'll never talk about this. I mean, he doesn't even reply to any of his comments on any of his videos, because the reality is he's removed himself so far from his audience and the people that view his videos that he takes no responsibility for his content or what people see. But if he was to respond, his response would be, well, I promote shark cards and the shark cards are approved and they're vetted by G2A. And for the most part, that's 100% correct. If you buy a shark card from G2A and the reseller doesn't deliver the card, there is money held in escrow and it can be fought directly with the merchant, and G2A can get involved sometimes to help. They often don't, but sometimes they can. But this is the grey area. For example, it's like me promoting a pharmacy, and from that pharmacy you can get cold medication, you can get paracetamol, but they also sell crack cocaine out the back. But me saying, oh, I wasn't promoting the crack cocaine, so it's not my responsibility. That's essentially what's going on here. Obviously that's an extreme, but Mr. Boss promoting this company that, yes, have some ethical practices, but they are facilitating some unethical people to carry out their practices. That's where the grey areas start. So yeah, I wanted to do this video to make it very clear to my audience, because I am aware that a lot of my audience are young and quite impressionable, and I'm not out there questioning the intelligence of my audience, but I feel like if I have a platform and a platform that's growing, I do have a responsibility to remind people, do not buy anything online related to GTA 6 unless it's officially from Rockstar. Do not part money with things that offer you pre-orders, pre-release, beta testing, all of this stuff. It's all false and it's not real. Please don't buy it. I will be posting another video later today. This isn't my only video for today. This is an extra video just because I wanted to get this out and make this public before it became an issue. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one.